will still deal with the issue of legal mining much later. But for now, a matter that has been on the books for some time now is seeing some life. The Medina Magistrate Court has remanded into custody Daniel Owusu-Cranton, a suspect in the Ahmed Suale assassination. He is being held on a provisional murder charge. The arrest marks a major breakthrough in a case that has come cold for years, well, 6 years and counting, raising concerns about security and safety of journalists in Ghana. Member of our legal affairs, Dr. Lateef Idrisu, joins me in studio with details of what transpired in court today. So, Lateef, finally, 6 years, he's been on and off. Now they have a suspect.
Yeah.
So how did it go in court today?
So a little bit about the suspect. So the suspect, as you mentioned the name, the Daniel Owusu-Cranton, happened to be a former colleague of the deceased, that is Ahmed Suale. They both worked with the Tiger Eye PI, that is analysis investigative company, if you like. And then at a certain point during their employment with the investigative journalist, they had to part ways. And so he didn't work for ANAS, and then Ahmed Suale was still working for ANAS. And we all know what Ahmed Suale did when he collaborated with the BBC to expose some corruption within African football. The charge sheet, as presented by prosecution today, says that the suspect has admitted that he knew Ahmed Suale. He had taken photographs of Ahmed Suale.
For what purpose?
Well, as friends, you know, sometimes you take selfies, you could take photos of each other and all of that. He knows the member of parliament the former member of parliament for Asin Central, that is Kennedy Jap. I'm mentioning the names because these are captured in the charge sheet as presented by prosecution in court. He visits the former member of parliament and he visits Ahmed Suale when he was alive. He admitted to all of these, but he disagreed with prosecution that he is the one who sold Ahmed Suale's photos to the former member of parliament for Asin Central. That he has denied knowledge of. Yes, he says he has the photos, but he never sold it to the former member of parliament. And we all know, and in the charge sheet it was captured, that after the sale of the photos to the former member of parliament, he sat on his television, brandished the photos, and we all know that subsequently Ahmed Suale was assassinated. The charge sheet also states that on the night Ahmed Suale was assassinated, call records, and if you follow the story, Ahmed Suale's phone was taken to the United States, and that the FBI has been part of these investigations. So the records has been extracted by the intelligence services and all of that shows that on the night of Ahmed Suale's assassination, Daniel Owusu-Cranton was spotted or was traced, and I'm using the words as captured in the charge, it was traced to the residence of the deceased, Ahmed Suale. Immediately after the assassination, that was around 11:15 p.m., he fled, and fled is captured in the charge sheet. He fled the residence or the neighborhood to his Amasaman residence.
This is the account of the prosecutors before court today.
Before court today. And so when you put all of these together, they also come to the point that he has been turning down invitation to come and assist with investigation.
Come as in come to Ghana or come to the police station?
Well, so that is not clear. The point is, according to the prosecution, he's been turning down invitation to come and assist with investigations. We do not know whether here in this jurisdiction or he was away and they wanted him to come down and he declined. So according to prosecution, if you put all these pieces together, they are of the view that Daniel Owusu-Cranton is a suspect in the murder, and so he's been charged provisionally with murder of the deceased undercover journalist.
And did the suspect or his lawyer speak in court?
Yes. So the lead counsel for Daniel Cranton, Kofi Esel, he made a strong case. And I must say, when the prosecution labeled or read out and said we are charging him for murder, the judge, the sitting judge, was surprised. He was like, really? because someone sold, and I'm trying to paraphrase what the judge said, just because he sold a photograph to someone, does that qualify for him to be labeled as the murderer of the deceased? She put that question to the prosecution. And then the prosecution said, well, we are willing and ready to amend the charges as we move.
Meaning it could change from murder to another charge?
Yeah, it could change, potentially, because they admitted, essentially, to the judge that they need more time to carry out their investigations, and then the charge of murder, there is the high chance that that would change on the 1st of April when the case is recalled at the court. So the lawyer, to answer your question, he was very clear in court that the allegations made by prosecution was shambolic, and these are his words. They are shambolic because they are all allegations. There is nothing to hold on to, and so they cannot charge his client. And he made a plea to the judge to grant his client a bail, but the judge, in her own discretion, decided that she needed to keep the suspect in custody for his safety, primarily because there are heavy weights involved in this matter. I mean, names have been mentioned, and these are heavyweights. So for his own safety, he has to be kept in custody until the next agenda.
I think you spoke to the lawyer. We can listen to him and then bring him on.
Okay.
The police hurriedly put a charge sheet together. A charge sheet on an offense of murder. First, we were talking about abatement. Today, we were sprung up with a surprise charge sheet with one count of murder. And they prayed the court to remand our client with no basis.
You describe it as shambolic charge.
Shambolic charge sheet. I said so in court. Because they have nothing on our client. It's just a multitude of suspicions and allegations and hearsays that have been put together. And the law never crystallized any evidence. It is just for someone's career to shoot up. And someone has to go down. And that's what they are doing. It's just mere witch hunting. And we will deal with it in the law courts. We are not media men, we are not journalists. We will deal with it in the law courts. So the investigation is being perpetuity. We started this investigation in 2019. We invited our clients, we said we will come. And we missed out on one day. We come arresting him. We want a remand. I wouldn't want to say more. We don't want to go into details on it. Yes.
You are coming back on
the 1st April.
of April.
So we'll be here.
What do you expect to happen on the 1st of April when you get here?
The police said they would amend their charge sheet. As I said, it's shambolic. It doesn't hold any water.
So we'll bring on the lawyer for the suspects. In this case, the suspect who is being charged provisionally with murder. And we'll hear from him pretty shortly. So Latif, when next is the case back in court?
So the case is back on the 1st of April, by which time the expectation is that the prosecution would have gone far with their investigations, and then the appropriate or the proper charges will be leveled against the suspect at this initial stage of what has, like you said in your intro, this has gone on close to 6 years.
Right.
I mean, and we expect some closure on this particular matter.
Let me bring in a lawyer for suspect Kofi Esel. Good afternoon, sir, and welcome to the Pulse.
Yes. Good afternoon.
So, for you, how did it go in court for you and your client?
Yes. I like the way you introduced the matter. Now, the matter has been going on for 6 years.
Right.
For 6 years, if you say you have something on a suspect, I believe, regarding the way they came to court, if they had the facts right, the circumstances surrounding all the facts they put around, that my client ran away and all that, those are not the proper facts. He traveled. For someone to travel and come back to Ghana, for a murder case that you have been going around 6 years, and he has just traveled with a clear conscience and come back into Ghana, and you just put facts together and say that he ran out of the jurisdiction and then came back and all that. They are not proper facts. They are not true.
Meaning what? Your client has been staying and working in Ghana all this while?
If if you want me to go into it, is it Erastus I'm talking to?
No, this is Elton, sir.
Elton, yes. Elton, you know my client. He has been in collaboration with Joy FM.
Yes.
With this FDA expose. He's in country. He has done FDA expose, pharmacy council. It's different exposes, which he's run with Joy FM. There are some in court with injunctions on them. He has been working. He is in country. He has never gone anywhere apart from traveling once some years ago. He has been in country. So I don't know what the police are saying. And if you come to court and you said you prefer proper charges, so what did you come to curtail the freedom of a citizen of Ghana only in the name of the brute force of the police service? We just pray the court will not lend its arm to such lawlessness by the police, because it's not right. If you don't have anything, you let the person go. There's a presumption of innocence, not presumption of guilt. And this practice of remand, it's like a constructive conviction. The person is convicted, go and be in prison custody or police custody. I see it. We've gone to it's retrograde. It's retrograde in our judicial system, in our justice system. To be always latching onto remand, the police will always come remand. Why can't you do solid investigation before you put someone before in a trial on a matter of a murder? Where you have to go by indictment, you do committals and then you go into the proper trial. If you haven't gotten anything on him, why come and keep him?
Are you aware when he became a person of interest to the police?
I was engaged at a time, and my instructions and the information I have is what my client has informed me as to when the police have within the administrative arrangements, when he became a person of interest, I can't tell. It's with the police, with the domain of the police to tell when. And a person of interest should also could have been invited one way or the other. If you said, I mean, these are circumstantial evidence just put together, lumped together. As I said, they are shambolic. The charges of the shambolic. There's no evidence to back it. There's no facts. The facts behind the charges, nothing. The brief facts are nothing it doesn't hold any water. Let alone to establish a guilt and conviction.
I asked because in one breath we are being told that this suspect had run out of the jurisdiction. In another breath we are also being told that he was in a way assisting. Going on,
and I don't like media warfare. As a lawyer, I do my practice in the court.
Yes.
Because Ahmed was a media person, my client is also a media person. We know the media will be very interested, but we should be circumspect in our reportage. We should deal with the law as it is. The sacrosanctity of the law, and not just media hype and scheming.
And I'm asking whether, was there any point he was assisting the police in their investigation relating to this matter?
He has been. Since Saturday, I am assisting them. He's interrogated, taking statements, caution statements, and all that. And how can you even say in one breath, he disclosed, look at the brief fact, he disclosed pictures. One breath, and another breath, he's being charged with murder proper. I mean, I don't have to be their work for them, so I don't know what they want. They just want to remand him. So that's why they came with this bogus charge against him today. It is all that the police want.
So if I understand,
that is not the position of the law.
If I understand, the reason why he's been charged with murder is because he has pictures of the deceased.
That he's a friend, he's his colleague. If he has ever had pictures, they haven't even established that. If he has ever had pictures of him, they are friends, they are colleagues. I don't think they hide themselves at Tiger IPI, where they used to work. They don't mask up at Tiger Eye, they work together. And there's that conviviality between them. They play, they joke, they eat together. So what is it with pictures or whatever? But we'll get there. How they will prove this charge of murder. I hope they will not go and then hurriedly do something else, because they come with a charge of murder against him. And then the whole world has seen it. So we live to see and we wait to see.
But what is your client's reaction to the claim that he sold the pictures of Ahmed Suale to Kennedy, Japan?
It's obvious. A man who is innocent was taken aback and surprised that what is this? I have never sold any pictures and all that. So I don't know where they are coming from that he sold pictures.
But if he sell the pictures to
they would have to prove it beyond the reasonable doubt if he's ever sold it, where that mercantile transaction took place.
Did he or did he not sell the pictures to Kennedy Japan?
Oh, this question you're asking me, we are going into a criminal matter, and you are asking me, a lawyer for the accused.
I'm guessing by now. I'm guessing by now there's been some kind of conversation between the two of you, because that is the police hook in all of this that we've been told.
He never did. If he wanted that way, but you can't in law. I'm saying that it is on the facts and the evidence. They will get to that point in the court. But I can say on authority that he never did. He never did. If you want that kind of statement.
Do you expect the prosecution?
I believe in his innocence as a lawyer.
All right.
As his lawyer.
Do you expect the prosecution to amend the charge?
That's why I said I don't have to do their work for them. What they came with, we will go with that. But the whole world has seen the charge they came with, so everybody has said what they came with.
The judge.
Well, I don't have to teach them their work or say, and you know, such prosecutions, the AGs will be passed. So let's see.
The judge who is presiding over the case, we are told, said that she had to remand him because of the other people connected to this case. I don't know what that means for you.
Yes. So you with the judge and then the matter, the pronouncement or the statement by the court, I wouldn't want to comment on them. I just granted this interview just to comment on some of the peripheral, but not the substantive matter. And then what the court said and all that. Yes. But then it goes without saying, we are all men of appreciable intelligence and basic understanding of the law. So everybody would make a judgment. The public will make their judgment that if a matter you now are going around stations for suspects and whatever. And then you've already slapped someone with a charge of murder. Now you want to say you have other suspects. That's what I'm saying, that this circumstantial evidence they are claiming they have. When we talk about circumstantial evidence, you should point to only one and only person, or only the accused person, whoever they are, the number. Those accused persons you think you are the culpable people, and not other probable culprits. Otherwise, it doesn't hold any water. It's just allegations. And these are all they are latching on with some circumstantial evidence they believe they have.
Okay.
Yes.
My final question, now that your client is in custody, you have any concerns about his well-being?
Yes, I am. Very, very concerned. Otherwise, I won't be granting this interview. So, the media should have their eyes on everywhere so that his rights are protected as a Ghanaian, a citizen. That nobody flouts the law in any way, just to coerce him or do anything against him.
We have lost him, Mr. Kofi Esiel, his lawyer for the suspects in custody. He's the suspect, the name again?
Daniel
Owusu is being held on murder charge.
Provisional murder
charge in relation to the murder of Ahmed Suale. So were there family members in court today?
Yes, there was one family member, a female who sat close by Daniel Cranting, who was wearing a nose mask in a long sleeve sea blue long sleeve shirt and a blue jeans with brown boots to match, with ponytail, and he looked very calm. I mean, he is very confident in my interaction that he's in fact innocent of all the statement that has been put together by prosecution, and that he's going to come out clean on this particular matter.
Thank you very much, Lateef, for this update from court. Let's take a short break here on the pause and return with more stories.